Yes, Tyreek Hill got traded. I know you're not happy, Chiefs Kingdom. Evidently, he clearly broke the internet as well while we were waiting. We're going to get started here. This is going to be therapy. Dan and I are going to walk you through possibilities. We'll go through a mock draft and give you our takes. You've heard us both today already, trying to jump into the middle. We'll talk philosophy as we get going, but I'm going to bring this up, Dan. I know the instinct is to want to replace receiver for receiver. Is that what you think they need to do?
In terms of going to get a guy like Tyreek Hill, the problem is you can't go and try to find it all in one place, if you know what I mean. I've seen some overreaction already. I think Daniel Jeremiah just kind of updated his mock draft and had them taking Christian Watson at 30. That's the kind of move that makes bad franchises stay bad, or teams trying to rebuild bad. Like Jalen Reagor was drafted by the Eagles 2 years ago at 22, whatever it was, when Justin Jefferson was on the board. That's the kind of move that makes you bad. So the overreaction to try to find a super athletic guy that has the speed and everything like that to try to cover up for what Tyreek Hill does is not how you want to attack this. You still have to be methodical. You have to take some more shots, not try to go up and get a guy specifically. You have to throw some more at the wall a little bit here and get younger at the same time. So I don't think you could just try for a one-for-one replacement. You're going to have to change the way that your offense runs and the way that you attack it now.
I like the way that you're going. Before we get started, I know there's some super chats on the other feed. I'm sorry, you guys. We're just having trouble with our streaming software today. Again, I think it's Tyreek's fault. We'll just go with that.
Yeah.
But Claude wanted to say to you, thank you for your super chat from the other stream. He asked Dan, you've been down on the class as a whole. How do you feel about it now, and what do you hope the Casey does with their picks?
All right, so thank you, Claude, for the super chat as well. And the thing for me is that this class, when we say it's a down draft, typically we're talking about the elite players at the top. You typically have anywhere from 5 to 10 guys who could be blue chip players in any given draft in terms of going top 10. I don't think there are that many in this draft. When we say blue chip, we mean cornerstones, all pro, like perennial Hall of Fame caliber players, maybe at the end of their career. That's kind of what we're talking about. Guys almost foolproof. I don't think there is as many, if any, of those in this draft, if I'm being very honest with you. But I still feel that the depth of this draft, specifically where the Chiefs got 2 more picks at, from like after 15 all the way to the end of the 3rd round, is loaded with players who can be contributors early but have upside. So getting 2 more top 100 picks, another back end 1st round pick, gives you a little bit more opportunity to find a couple different spots to maybe take some chances and get guys with upside. And hopefully you hit on one of those guys. And for me, it's not about trading up. It's about taking more stabs at your position or at different positions and trying to hit instead of just going all in for one guy.
I agree with you, and I'll show you guys visually how I feel about this. The Chiefs in 2021 were this. Tyreek Hill, top of the game, all pro. Mecole Hardman, an interesting weapon. Wide receiver 3, total cluster. You want to do this. You need your wide receiver 1's going to get worse. There's no way around it. You want Mecole to rise a little bit, and you want to bring up that wide receiver 3. As a whole, you need to improve your wide receiver core as a threesome to go with Travis Kelce. And I think that's what it comes down to. Let's see. Doug, thank you. A super chat from the other one. This sucks, but business is business. And you're absolutely right. Yeah. When it got to the point where you can't pay for him, it just hurts you worse to try to go down the road. A super chat from Bill telling me there were super chats in the other stream. Thanks, Bill.
Thank you.
I very much appreciate it. And you guys, all of you that are supporting us, very much thank you. We're trying to do our best for you to get up to, everything that's going on. There's a lot. And we have some super chats in here too. Guys, we're not going to do full questions today because we just don't have the time. We're going to do this, and we will definitely answer your super chats. If you want to support us, that's the best way to do it. But if you're new to us, please hit the like button if you dig this, because we're going to walk you through a possibility. Hit the sub button so you become one of us, and hit that bell so you know what we're all doing all the time. Let's see. From Dez, would it be better for Casey to go to defense in both the first and get a wide receiver in the second and third? What's your thought?
I don't disagree, but now you have, like I said, first it's going to be how guys fall. How far is Jameson Williams going to fall? How far are some of these other receivers going to end up going? Who's going to get pushed up? Is defensive end going to get pushed up? We don't really know. Like, this is what it's going to be. Who's there at 29, if that's where they stay, which I'm hoping that it is. So it's all about how the draft board falls, and if a guy that is on your board at a wide receiver position is there, you pull the trigger.
I think it has to be this. Whoever the best player is that fits your scheme and is on your board at wide receiver, edge, and corner.
Yeah.
Whoever's the highest, take him first. I will say, I hope that they're calling Howie in Philly and they're trying to get up to 19. If you want to get an edge that can have an impact, I think that's the very bottom of where you have to be. That's just the kind of the way that it rolls. Teddy, thank you. Do we trade up to the 20 to 15 range for one of the top tier wide receivers? Personally, I hope so. Olave, Wilson, London, or bust. I think those are three guys that can be that good. I think Jameson Williams is unfortunately going to go that high, even though I don't think that he probably should with the injury.
Yeah.
But yes, that's exactly what I'm thinking, Teddy. You wouldn't be against that, would you, Dan?
No, if you're going to get, like, that's what I'm saying, if you can keep that other first round pick and get up a couple spots with either the 50 that you just picked up or one of your thirds, I think that would be an ideal position to get a guy that you're trying to get, especially a guy like Jameson Williams.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to put 30 and 29 together to get to 12 or something like that.
No, thanks.
I think
thanks.
That's a wasted effort. Hydra, thank you. I know it's been a tough day, right?
Yeah.
We're going to switch out here to the next one as well. If I can get that to come up. There we go. Mostly, sort of. It's a little slow to draw, but thank you, Eric. Appreciate you and the support. Am I the only one with zero interest in Olave or Wilson? I think you are. Ohio State has had more wide receivers drafted than any school, and who besides Thomas and McLaurin have been any good, and no yak from any of them. I would disagree. I think Wilson shows pretty good capability in yak.
Yeah, he's a very good yak receiver, and I know this is going to be a little repetitive, but we always say scout the player, not the helmet, okay? The same with their quarterbacks. Like Justin Fields, Ohio State typically doesn't have a good pedigree of quarterbacks coming out, but Justin Fields is different. I think he's going to be a very good NFL quarterback. And so you scout the player, and as much as we've seen Chris Olave, I think he has some issues with the yak, but we're going to see if the NFL he can change that. I think Garrett Wilson has quite a bit of yak ability. So it really depends on how you view the position. But I think Olave and Wilson both have their merits. And one of them, probably Olave, is going to be available to them at 29 and 30. So I like the players myself.
Agreed. Yeah, I'm with you. I like them both. I have Wilson 1 still. You guys will see our rankings here, hopefully coming up in the next week or two as I try to build out that website. The Olave fit works. The only problem is I prefer him in the slot, just like I prefer McColl and just like I prefer Juju. So that's an issue.
Yeah.
Makes things difficult because you're not running 4 slots, guys. But Eric, thank you. Will, thank you. Who else? We have other super chats. Want to make sure we cover these. Are we calling Seattle? I wouldn't give up a first round pick for Tyler Lockett because of the age. There's no way around that. And even if you think DK is worth of 1 and a 1+ is what it would take, you then have to turn around and pay him, and you're putting yourself in less than a year's time right back in the same situation. So I don't see that as a viable option, you guys. I could be wrong, but I don't think they will. Thank you, Hydra. Let's see. I think we have 1 or 2 more, and then we'll get to the mock. Thank you, Matthew. Was this haul of picks better than just 2 firsts would have been? If you're talking about the Jets at 10 and 32, I would have taken that.
So from the report, the Jets were never offering a first round draft pick. It was only 34 and another second rounder, I think. So they both had similar offers on the table, and the Miami Dolphins happened to be the one that was a first round draft pick, even though it's still technically valued as almost a second round pick.
Yeah. Nick, you brought this same one up, and thank you, Hydra. That's the thing. You can't really get back to that because you dig yourself right back into the same hole of having to spend. And now that Tyreek's gotten this money, I mean, he's getting $25 million guaranteed.
Yes.
He could get up to $30 million a year.
Yeah, that's the thing, guys.
That means DK is going to get in a 20 plus ballpark, and you're right back in the same situation. So it just hurts. Bill, thank you again for that earlier one and for this one. Fit wise, after Williams, what receivers are ideal to elevate the current group? I really like Pickens near the end of the first or in the second. Tell me they can be a Super Bowl by September. Pickens is not a first round pick by any means, you guys.
No.
I don't think it's even close. I think he's more a candidate for the number 50 pick the Chiefs have now than anything else.
At 50, that's a steal. I would run to the table to get George Pickens at 50. But you can't take him in the first because there's too many questions. It's a lot like there's a lot of players that have too many questions to take at 29 and 30. And we're seeing them being mocked to the Chiefs. I can't take a player who's probably got end of the second film and maybe some upside in the first round. I can't do it. Like Christian Watson.
And
no.
No. And that's the thing. Your need does not change their grades, whether it's the film grade or the athletic matrix grade or their production grade. None of those grades changed because you traded away your best receiver.
Yeah.
So none of that like relative value changes. And if you guys want, I didn't get a chance to build it in this software, but rogueapc.com, that's where the athletic matrix is. You can get that right now. It is released version 1. Version 2 will be out a couple weeks before the draft after the pro days are done. But use the code RGR22AM, and that will get you the discount. Also, that discount will be the same, available with the same code when the draft guide comes out, which is film work from Dan and I and our new crew. We might have a couple of new guys that maybe will show up on the channel too, as well as all my production metrics and all of the athletic matrix rolled into one. That is the definitive draft guide. I don't care who you are. That is it. So we now have covered what we needed to cover for the super chatters. Thank you all who support us. If you guys throw another one out, we will take it and we'll listen to you. But Dan and I are going to work through this mock, and I'm trying to find the right view. I was kind of screwing around with it.
I think this is probably best if you want to take off the.
You like this one?
The little stream at the bottom. They can probably help them out.
Crush that.
Yeah, so they can see everything.
Go. Okay, you guys know who we are. Okay, so right now, I think first time through, we might do 2 of these. Right now, I think we just let it go through and see what happens. Is that good with you?
Yep. Yeah, I'm good with that. Just let it roll.
So we're going to kick this off, and I think that's pretty good size. Everybody can see that pretty clearly, I'm guessing.
I like to think so.
As it ticks through, Jermaine Johnson is not a top 10 pick, in my opinion. He's still in the late teens, early 20s for me. So you have to build in some of the biases that are on this board to begin with.
Yep.
So maybe I'll get Kyle on here and we'll talk at some point.
That's a good idea.
A lot of draft scenarios here, right? Like people wanted to. Why in the world would Detroit trade up from 30 to 29? That's ridiculous. So we're going to shut that off. And so what has happened here? Drake London has gone. Jameson Williams went earlier.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty good. That looks
Jahan
like
Dotson. Yeah.
So Burks is their best on the board again. Very fringe here. Sky Moore is a second rounder. So is Pickens. I don't see value here at 29 on
not
the
a
wide
wide
receivers.
receiver.
At the edges. At the edges, you
there
have
it
Job
is.
Caddy, Thomas. Which?
Ojabo's there, yeah.
Yeah. So they have updated their board. I think this is an accurate reflection, like I said the other day. Top 40 still, but I think definitely in the second round. And here's the problem. Again, now with 2 number 1s, you have the opportunity to take somebody that is not going to be on the field week 1 and feel okay about that. So let's look at the corner group as well. Elam's the best on their board. He is not the best on my board by any stretch of the imagination. I have Kyler Gordon above him, and I have McCreary above him. They are better players on film. Kyler Gordon also has the athleticism that is quite a bit better than McCreary's, unfortunately. So I don't know. I'm non-pleased with all of this, Dan. Does anything stand out to you?
So this is what I'm thinking. Because you have 2 picks, like you said, you can plan for 2023. This is kind of a mini rebuild. It almost kind of is. When you get this haul for a player of this caliber, they're trying to do a little tiny rebuild. They're trying to plan for the future. How better to plan for the future than, in my opinion, a top 15 player in this draft who's falling to you at 29? David Ojabo is that. I believe you take him now because I mean you're going to get him regardless. So, but
Right.
with these 2 picks here, I think that David Ojabo
Sure.
makes the most sense in terms of not just. I know you're not going to get anything out of him this year probably, but you also are going to think about the future, and that makes sense to me.
Okay. I want to point out to everybody what's here and what we
Mhm.
just saw in this shakeup, right? Dax Hill at 21, Boye at 22, very high for Boye. He could easily go between 50 and 32. That is
Yeah.
not out of the realm of possibility. This is high. But then Drake, London, Dotson, Olave, and McDuffie. I would love if McDuffie was available as well. I'm very comfortable with him in either of these spots.
I don't think
You think
that
it's
they
too high
would
for him?
take. Well, I don't think that the Chiefs are going to take a sub 30-inch arm corner.
Yeah.
And when you look at the numbers, there have been 0 corners in the NFL that have made an All-Pro team that have less than 31-inch arms. There's been 0 since
True.
2000. What is it, 2010 or something like that? There has been none.
Yeah.
So the only corner on this board that would make sense to with the upside is Kyer Elam, and I don't think you're going to take him in the first round.
No, I don't think it's a value. So my thought is it is Lewis Cine is the next player available at a position they can use that I am interested in. Do you agree or no?
I do. I just want to see the rest. Can you just show me everybody on the board real quick?
Absolutely. And folks, we're going to go through another one with the trades and the stuff in the business here in a couple of minutes.
Yeah. So there's also, I think linebackers are also a realistic option. You have Lloyd and Dean staring you in the face.
Now that you have both, right? Now that you have 2 right here,
Yeah.
that I can open up to that. You're right.
But I
If it
still
when it
think
was just 1, I would not even consider it.
no. If it was one, I wouldn't either because you have to take somewhere else. But you have 2 here. So, and that's the thing. Do you take the guy who's kind of a risk with the injury and then a linebacker in the first round, or do you try to get someone who's probably going to be on the field with your safeties? I don't know. It's actually kind of a tough position, but you know
It
my
is.
opinion on who they should take.
I do. And I'm going to take mine in Scene, and then we're going to take your guy,
Yeah.
Jabo, right
Okay.
after him.
I think that's a really
So
good
we've
setup for the future.
addressed, yeah, it is growable. Now the Giants want out of 36, and for a 7th round pick,
Yeah, I mean,
I would definitely consider this.
I mean, I'm pretty okay with that. You're moving up, and you're only giving up a 7th round pick. But now, who are you going to take?
Yeah,
Burks?
exactly. Let's talk about who we'll target. I think Burks is acceptable. I think this is fringe of where Christian Watson can go. I have him around 50. I think this machine has him higher than I would. So I don't know if we wait till 50 if you'll see him there.
Yeah, and you
What's
also
your
have to
instinct
consider
tell you?
that you're not going to pick again. Oh, actually, you still have 64. So
Yeah.
it gets interesting.
This trade would let us select right now rather than 14 picks from now.
All right. Who are you picking if we go up?
Good point. If we were to take this trade, I think the best player available that the Chiefs can actually use fairly quickly is Gordon or Burks.
I agree with that statement. I think Burks, you took 2 defensive players in the first round. And I think that Burks has some upside, still learning the position quite a lot, actually. So in the second round at pick 36, giving up only a 7th to go up and get him, I think Burks is a comfortable pick for me here.
Okay, I can live with that. Oh,
Gotta
I
get
didn't
the
mean to
trade in
click that.
first.
I want to take. Oh, is that what I got to do? Okay, thanks. This is why you're here, just to keep me straight, because I'm a lunatic. Is there anything else we can do to improve ourselves? Yeah, we'll move up from 94 to 81 too. Thanks,
Oh,
Giants.
let's do it. Let's do it.
Right? So we moved up 10, and then we moved up 14, and then we moved up 10 for both these selections. Take Treylon Burks. We're back on the clock here coming up.
And then you look at the corner position, I think.
I agreed. Absolutely. I don't want to go back to, they want us to come up to 47 from 62 for a 4th and a 7th. I will counter that with not giving you my 4th. You
Yeah.
can have both my 7s. How you like them apples?
Yeah, they're not going to do it.
No.
Just let it run.
Yeah, they ain't doing that. Yeah. Crazy is crazy, but I'm here to push the boundaries, people. Oh, and old Ryan Poles
Another
wants in on
4th.
the action too. I will counter him. I'll give you a 7th, Ryan. Thanks for stealing Trey Koziel and signing Pringle, and now you'll pay the price. Nope, he ain't going for it either. Smart man. Okay, and we're back on the road. Decline.
Gosh, I know everyone wants out, but good Lord.
I know it's crazy, right? Okay, so we are back on the clock here at 62. Yeah, I'm not going to entertain trades right now. And let us see. Did we lose our guy? McCreary went. Tariq Woolen went.
Yeah.
That's high for him as well.
That's high for him.
Kyler Gordon went 2 picks after our last one.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, do we double dip here and get value?
You could. I think Drake Jackson's actually extremely good value right here. A guy with high upside is a pick I would probably make. But again, corner, we know that you're gonna take an extremely athletic corner on day 3 regardless. Like that's gonna happen.
Yes.
So you also have 2 more thirds to think about.
True. In fact, let's double check what we have and where we're at right now, folks. Let's just say we're gonna fleece the Raiders. We're here at 62. We've moved up to 81, and we have 103. Those are the rest of our top 100s. I'm calling it that. And then 2 4s and 2 7s. So, yeah, I think I'm comfortable with that. Let's take a look again one more time. Muma's still here. We're going to take a corner most likely later.
Travis Jones is still there too.
Oh, is he really?
Mm-hmm.
Dang. Okay.
That's intriguing. Okay. I think I'm gonna change my answer to Travis Jones for this pick.
Are you? Okay. Gooch is in the house. Welcome back, Gooch.
What up, Gooch?
If Jameson has not been picked, he would ease the hill pain. You're absolutely right, Gooch. Unfortunately, he went at 15.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. I don't think he goes in the teens. I don't think they're going to make that kind of risk, but that's what they did for. Oh, and I missed another super chat. Let me back up. Thank you, Gooch. Matthew Taylor.
Oh, what's up, Matthew?
Said trade for established edge or wide receiver or wait for draft. Right now, we're proceeding as though they're waiting for the draft. They are definitely, I'm sure, working the phones. Just without, they're basically trying to wrangle somebody away from a team that doesn't have them on the block.
Yeah.
So we're going to see where that comes. I know you guys can't see me very well. I like to do this in person so that you can see me on the block. That's what I'm looking to avoid. Yeah. So we're back here. Jones, you have a very good point. It's Muma or Jones right now for me. Man, just eat them up. Eat them up.
Yeah,
hit those gaps.
I think it's the pick. I really do.
Yeah, I am not arguing. The Giants now wound out of 67 and a 5th for our first and an extra 4th. I'm going to take the 4th out of there.
Come on, Giants. You're making it too easy.
Wow, I like the way that this works. Let's see who's on the board right this second. Oh, we still have Damone Clark available right now.
Jeez.
And Drake Jackson.
Oh, man.
Yep. And we're talking about moving our 81 up to 67, but then we won't be back on the clock until 103.
Until 103.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Unless I can con him out of that.
I doubt
con him out of that? No. Okay. I doubted it as well, but it can't hurt to try.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's weird. That's very weird.
I think we should just let it go, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't think this would ever happen, and I would just want to kind of see what's going to be on board at that time.
Okay.
Same
kind of thing from the Jets. Going to decline that, and we're going to move on through. Same thing from Bears. Man, there's a lot of trade action going on here, folks.
Oh.
Coming back down to 81 is what we're looking at here. Good Lord. Can I just decline it? Can I have a decline all, please?
You could just sign out, run it that way.
There is that. There is that. Okay, so what we've seen happen is that a lot of the guys we were talking about have gone off the board now. Drake Jackson is gone. Nick Benito is gone. Asamoah went. Kendrick Damone went. Joseph went. A lot of guys with decent grades. Chad went.
Yeah.
We did get Travis, though. So we're feeling pretty decent.
I like the Travis Jones pick there. What do we got at corner?
Yeah, that's
coming
pretty
here?
solid.
Marcus Jones is intriguing at 81.
Yeah. Yeah. Although I would argue Kobe Bryant should be up there in the 80s, but
yeah,
try not to rely on the quirks of this particular machine. Edge, we're down to Sam. Tyreek Smith is a developmental edge.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that Myjai Sanders is more developed than he is, but Myjai's got the weight issue, and we don't know what's going to come of that, you guys. So, like, those are both guys that they could take at 103. Is my thought.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So Alante, Marcus Jones, Emerson tested really well the other day. Just to add on to that, and let's just look overall and take another look. We don't care about the tight end at this point, do we? I mean, are we trying to gather weapons?
You're going to take a stab at wide receiver somewhere.
Oh yeah. Oh, I have it all in my head. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's
Brandon Smith at some point. Yeah, at some point in the fourth, sure.
I agree with that.
I like that you like him though, Hydra. And honestly, at 103, I could consider it if they've addressed other things. But
yeah, why don't we take a look at wide receiver real quick?
You want to take a look?
Just have a gander. Jalen Tolbert,
Khalil Shakir,
Kyle Phillips.
Kyle is the next Edelman. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, I think Jalen Tolbert might be the pick.
I don't care for his film much.
Oh, really?
But I can see where you're coming from, though. But
again, it's South Alabama film. That's the thing, is you have to understand that he's not against some of the best players. But corner might be the best way to get value out of this pick at 81.
You might be right. Also, Troy Anderson's right here about value, so we could get a coverage linebacker out of it, which we have not addressed at this point.
That's true.
Alante Taylor, Marcus Jones, some options there.
I do think Jones is
I'm going to hold off on the linebacker. So you like Jones the best out of this crew?
I haven't seen Kobe Bryant, so I can't confirm your priors. I caught a little bit of him when I was watching Sauce, but didn't get a whole lot. But he did catch my eye. I won't say he didn't.
Okay. I like Alante a little better than Marcus Jones, but that's fine. Let's go with your guy for now. We'll come back with mine next time. We're going to work our way down to 103, everybody. Unless we want to come back up. Oh, I'm not giving you an extra fifth next year. Are you crazy? It must have been Jerry sending that one.
Oh, they're saying fix the screen. Might be a little bit too small now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is what we had.
Okay, is that better? Okay. I like it. Okay, sorry. I got stuck there, folks. I get distracted easily. You know, it's just something I deal with. Sorry, Tyler. Appreciate you guys pointing that out. I'm just declining everything at this point now, just to get us to our picks. And good Lord, this takes a long time when you have 12 picks. We might just restart after our top 100s.
I think that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Okay. So what that brings us to at 103 is I'm going to guess that we have some linebacker here. Jojo Doman, a lot of people like him. I think he's more of a strong safety at the NFL level.
Okay.
That's okay. Laquetta's a 3-4 rush linebacker, I think. And now we're back to the edges that I think we can double dip in either Tyreek Smith or Myjai Sanders. Any of those guys stand out, or do you want to play the field?
I'd rather go with Smith over Sanders, but
okay. I can live with that. Let's double up on the edge and call that done. I'm going to take a screenshot of this real quick, folks, and then we're going to start this whole thing over.
You know, I like this haul, to be honest with you.
It's not too bad. We've covered a lot of bases, including the wide receiver.
And then there's Brandon Smith at 121. Just take the coverage backer and be done with it.
Okay. Do you really think he's truly a coverage backer though? Because I'm
I
not
don't.
convinced.
No, I think he can be. I think it's more projection because he's an athlete. I think he's a legit athlete, but it's all projection.
Gooch had another super chat. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
No
man.
restructure for PM15 or Jones. Big salary dumps. 1-year deals mostly. Veach sees something in the draft he likes and needs the ability to restructure when he has to pay. I agree with you, and I'll tell you that it's not just this draft that he likes.
Yeah,
All these 1-year deals tells me that he likes 2023s as well.
As
and
he
so
should.
that is preparation. And again, we went from a spear. Oh, you can't even see me. Hold on. Thank you, Gooch. I'll just say that now and take you off the screen. We went from a spear in terms of what the wide receiver core looks like, right? You're trying to build a wall and make it. If your 1, 2, and 3 are all this good and you don't have the guy that's way up here, that's okay. Because we saw what defenses do when they take away that one guy. And then it's all on Travis to move the ball. They have to have a core of receivers that can do things. Let's see more questions here or comments or super chats. Brandon, watched you guys for about 3 years. No question. Just want to send you a few bucks.
Oh, thank you.
Don't feel guilty, Brandon.
Don't have to feel guilty.
We appreciate it. Yeah, do not feel guilty, but very much appreciate the support. You guys are very kind and generous, and we love doing this for you. The Marcus Jones pick was sneaky good because of his kick punt return ability. Absolutely. Dave will love him. I'm glad you guys are with me. All right, let's hit restart on this draft, and we will run through another scenario. Let's see. What's this one? Thank you, Primal. What are you thinking about Matt Areza? I think he's a punter, and he's irrelevant to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Tommy's just fine. I think Tommy throws a nice ball when you want to fake. So I'm very happy there.
Yeah. And I just looked up Marcus Jones's measurements. It's probably going to be a no-go.
Mm-hmm.
I like his tape and his a hit and his return ability, but he's 5'8", 178, and 28-inch arms. They're not going to touch him.
Yeah, no. He is outside the parameters that they enjoy. Yeah. Jace, thank you very much for your support. We appreciate you, Jace. Too.
Appreciate you.
And Primal, I'm not trying to talk trash to you. I'm just saying I refuse to draft a specialist, whether it be a kicker or a punter.
I agree.
All right, we're going to kick this off, see what happens.
I wish they would let Tommy try to actually coffin corner. I only see him like boot straight, like ever. I don't ever see him aiming for the corners. The best punters in the NFL aim for the corners. So maybe maybe he's still learning that part. He's got he clearly has a cannon over a leg. So I'd like to see them learn that a little bit this offseason.
Yeah, and maybe that's a skill that he's working on developing. I will say that. Yeah. I don't want to move back to 40. I would consider moving back there, but when you're only picking up a 7th, that doesn't do me any good. I have 17 of those already. Okay, so in this scenario, guys, Boyamafe goes out the board just before us. Traylon Burks went before that. Olave before him. Karlaftis, Dotson, Devontae Wyatt at 20, man. If you can work that trade with the Eagles, you could, in this scenario, you could get Devontae Wyatt.
It's true.
Man, that makes me happy. Makes me happy. So where are we? We have quarterbacks. We have Scene again. We have a Jabo again. We have Dean. This is too high for Quay Walker. I like Quay Walker.
Yeah, what is
37
that?
is way too high for him. I don't know. Tyler Smith, Christian Harris. Very similar to what we saw last time. I'm really shocked that Booth is getting this much love, given that he has not been able to test and his injury is more substantial than he ever let on. I'm hoping he's somebody that's there at 29 because I would love to see that. I don't think so, but you never know. Just wanted to give you guys that info. So given the lay of this land, what do you think, Dan?
Man, it's tough. I think I want to give some more options in terms of what we're talking about possibility-wise. So I do think that maybe an interior pass rusher is on the board here in Perion Winfrey. Maybe they take an upside pick like that, a guy who has a literal ton of pass rush tools that might be able to develop into a 3-down type of defensive tackle in the NFL. But again, But again, like we said, we have 2 first-round picks now, so you can kind of take positional value out of it a little bit because you get 2 picks.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. You have a little bit more laxity. I'm with you there. I don't have Perrion as a first round grade. Is my only problem with that scenario.
That's the thing; it's a projection, but he's not. You're picking at the back end of the first anyway. So we're talking about players that are projected more like second-round picks to begin with, and Perrion has a. I personally think he has a ton of upside as a rusher, like a guy you can pair next to Chris Jones on third downs and just say feast. I think that sounds fun to me.
Okay, I can get down with that. Brandon, never watch you live. I love to watch you guys at the gym. Send another one because it's cool hearing my name live. Well, Brandon Johnson,
thank you, Brandon,
for your support. Keep up the great work. I'll subscribe later. My number 1 YouTube channel. I'm glad that you guys enjoy it. There's a lot of content out there. We appreciate you guys take this stuff in. I think Williamson might drop to the 20s because of the injury. Yes, that's what logic serves.
Yeah.
But when it comes to quarterbacks and explosive wide receivers, logic sometimes goes out the door because it just takes one team. And that's the problem, to tell you the truth.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you, Rybread. Appreciate you. Adam, Penn State edge Arnold, then a CB, and then Justin Ross. I don't have Arnold Ebiketie as a first round pick. I got to tell you, he's barely pushing the top 50 for me. I do not see the pass rush tools that I want to see in a top 50 selection.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually have next month. It was gonna be today, but then Tyreek Hill decided he was gonna break all of our plans. I'll have the Arnold Ebiketie film review for next weekend or for next Wednesday. Excuse me. So I won't tell you guys my opinion.
Thank you, Tyreek. Okay, because we did something different last time. I think we do have to change it up, but I think if we do this, I think Ajabo's still got to be here because he is the last of the elite edges.
I agree. I think
even though he's on a 6-month delay.
Yeah, I think you still have to take him. I think I personally think if he falls there, the Chiefs will take him. I believe that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's tough.
The only problem that's going to come in is if they get to 29 and both Jameson Williams and Ajabo are on the board. They literally cannot take both of them and not get anything in the first 6 months of the season.
Man, I'd be so tempted to do it anyway.
I know you would. Okay, so we'll take Ajabo. And now it comes down to Perrion Winfrey. See what we took last time, so let's take him off the board just for the sake of a different scenario. Everyone.
Agreed.
Nakobe Dean is a question here.
So
35 is a rank that I like him at. 30, I'm not so sure.
But again, are 5 spots that different?
Right.
Fair. I think I'm going to probably do it.
You think you're going to go Dean over Winfrey now?
Yeah. Again,
yeah.
Positional value in today's NFL, I value defensive pressure a lot, but I also think that the coverage linebacker is becoming more and more important. And if you can get out in front of that, you have something, I think.
If he would have actually run at his pro day, I would tell you if I had an idea whether he could actually be a coverage linebacker in the league. He can in college. I know that. But I got to tell you, I saw somebody ask about Brisker. He is here. I got to tell you, I have Jalen Petrie above Brisker.
Yeah, I do too.
This is a little early for Petrie, but I could consider it. But given the way that this has fallen, let's go with Dan's pick and take Nakobe Dean, get him on this roster. And we've at least addressed 2 issues.
You selected a 1-round mock.
Oh, did I really? Okay, well, guess what? We get to do a 3rd one, everyone. No, I'm not saving this mock. Did I really? Dang it all. Get out. That sucks. I am a meat popsicle, folks. I apologize. Let's see. Maybe I'll do this right this time.
Yeah, do it to 3, right? We want to
3 or to 4?
Yeah, something like that.
Fine. Okay, just in case. If we go lightning round. Well, and now we get to see another scenario, folks. So we'll light this up and we'll let it go. In the meantime, we'll answer Dez's super chat. And folks, remember, Q&A is on Monday night. We'll answer some questions Thursday night with Seth on Chief in the North. Tonight we're just trying to get through all these mocks, so we're not really taking all the questions. Super chatters, you will get our attention, so don't worry about that. I will get to you all, and if I miss somebody, I'm sure Aaron and the guys will let me know. Okay, so you want to go back to 33? Oh, they want both of our ones. No thanks.
Go away.
See ya. Okay, so in this scenario,
All
Olave
right.
and Dax Hill are here.
Here
Done
we
deal
go.
on both, as far as I'm concerned. Boye is there as well.
Okay.
So for me, it's a bit of a reach on Boye.
A little bit, yeah.
Maybe I'll dial the Jags back up and we'll go back 3 and see what we can pick up.
Yeah, I think that this
Hang
is
on,
a really
try
good
that.
spot for you in terms of, I mean, you got players on the board here, but yeah, if they want to get,
Yeah, absolutely.
what do we got here?
I'll give you a 7th. It's fine. Shut up. All I'm interested in is top 100s, people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going for it. They're desperate.
Okay.
We'll leave them be. Okay, so for me, in order on this particular board, for me, it will go Hill, Olave, Scene, Boye.
Yeah, that's almost how I would have it. I would still put Ajabo in there because of his potential, but yeah, no, I think that Olave and Hill would be perfect fits for this team.
Okay. All right, I'm down. Let's do that and just knock it out. Olave, Daxton Hill. Okay. Now I know Daxton Hill is listed as a safety. He will be a nickel corner in the Chiefs scheme. This puts L'Jarius Sneed on the outside all the time, folks, and that is what I like.
I can't have.
We're gonna decline a trade up there to the Bears because that's just 2 picks.
Avery, can you calm down?
Hi, Miss Avery.
No.
Can you say hi to everybody?
Hi.
Good job,
job.
Miss Avery.
This.
I'm going to decline all the trades, folks, because I want to see what's here. Christian Harris, not a coverage linebacker. Here's my guy, Petrie, but we've already addressed the safety situation. Tyreek Woolen at 50 is what he's ranked. That's about a perfect fit right here.
Yep.
For me, I like Cam Thomas. I'm higher on him the most, but he is a Spags kind of power edge. He has not tested to this point. As I understand, I'm still trying to get data on his pro day to see if he did anything there either.
Interesting.
So I'm a little concerned about that. Corner-wise, what do we have here?
Oh, McCreary's
looking
there.
at Woolen, McCreary, Kendrick terribly. Kendrick's taking himself down board.
Kendrick is almost going to be like a borderline day 3 guy now. His testing was awful.
Yeah, I agree. It's hard to see him being successful there. Let's see 1 second. We got a super chat from Dez. Is a 5th-year option a deciding factor for positions other than QB? For me, it is not. I don't think that it's there.
A wide receiver and defensive end at 1,000% is.
Yeah. Okay.
For me, yeah. Just because you're talking about guys, especially if they end up being elite. Okay, they're going to be. You have that 50. You have that extra year to possibly get some more out of them. Obviously, it matters way more for quarterbacks, but for those guys that are going to end up getting paid, I think that there is quite a bit of value in that 5th-year option.
I would like to get paid. Thank you. Oh, wait, that's not what you're talking about. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So we are sitting at 50. We could try to trade back. We could take Cam Thomas, again, a guy that fits. We could look at Chad Muma here, a linebacker that fits and can play the coverage. Let's see. Jamone Clark is down below him. Christian Harris, I don't think is a fit for what they need. If they didn't have Nick Bolton, then I would consider it, but I don't think it works here. I think this is too high for Tyreek Woolen, but I could live with it.
Yeah, he kind of fits what they're looking for in terms of a guy who can play on the outside and be more of a vertical type of player. Doesn't have to always be over his body. He can kind of replicate what Tarvarius Ward did. He's quite a bit faster. I think he's got a little bit better ball tracking, but he's relatively the same kind of linear athlete. So you're still kind of getting the limitation of what a number 1 corner can be. So
yeah, Agreed. Like I would take Cam Thomas over him in this situation.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah.
Pull
Okay,
it.
let's do that. Just so we can get on the road a little bit. We're not coming up for a slew of picks. Thank you, Mr. Gunikoots.
Yeah, I just want to kind of see how this
We're
works
coming
out.
up here at 60. Yeah, right. We're coming up here on 62. And they didn't skip us, knock on wood. Well done. And we are now looking at John Mechie available. Again, another injured player. But a guy that I think is value here.
Yeah.
I like Salyer, but Chiefs don't need him. He's going to be a guard most likely in the league, although he could plug in at right tackle. I will tell you that. I have faith in him on the right side.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of our corner group, I think we're back where we were in the last time we went through. Taylor, Emerson's down here. Again, I would take Kobe at 62 and feel pretty comfortable. Let's see. Anybody else standing out? We addressed edge, but we didn't address interior.
That's true.
So I'm guessing. Yeah, we're down to Mathis and Ridgeway stood out to me, but he'll be, fourth rounder.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with that. I like Thomas Booker as an upside guy late, so that's cool too. So let's not go there. So who hit you as the best value here?
Man, I think it's Mechie, and I know that's double dipping at wide receiver, but I think most of these guys, I don't know if I would necessarily take them here.
Yeah, that's kind of my thought as well. I mean, we could try to trade back. We did have multiple offers. I don't remember who they were. Don't really care.
if you consider Juju Smith-Schuster not on the roster next year, then the Mechie pick makes way more sense.
It does. That's a very good point. Let me see what I can wrangle from the Giants.
Okay. So move back and up.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Okay,
so we're going to move back 5 spots. We're going to see what happens. Now we're back on the clock. I'm going to decline that, but that is the Steelers, just so we know. So we move back 5. What did we lose out on? They went Kirby Joseph, then Kendrick, Pascal that we weren't going to take, Salyer we talked about, and then the linebacker Chanel. Yeah, not terrible at all. So that leaves us still looking at Mechie. So we move back, pick up an improvement on our next pick. I have a plan here, and I think Mechie and then probably Drake Jackson here.
I like that.
Okay. Mechie coming off the board here. No, I just took a player. Thank you very much. See ya. And we're ticking our way down to 81, folks. And as we get there, Tyson Anderson goes off. Brian Asamoah goes off. Brian Asamoah is another coverage option at the linebacker spot. So I do like that. I think we had a vote from Teddy. What was it? Oh, Teddy
Mechie,
agreed.
yep.
Okay, so we're on board with Teddy.
Got him.
Thank you, Teddy. Appreciate you. Apex, I saw yours as well. So now we're back on the board here. Now we have that second tier of edges that we can choose from. Enigbari's got nice long arms. He's a little more productive than Jackson, but he's undersized. Jackson is all upside, in my opinion.
He's a huge athletic
Nick
projection.
Binio's a 3-4 guy. Yes, absolutely. Is that worth it at 81 when you have 6 top 100s? Probably.
Yeah.
But we don't have a corner either, so let's take a peek at that. But double dipping at edge is not something I'm afraid of. I would probably say that Alontae Taylor might be there when we pick again at 103. I do like him, and he has some upside. I thought he's really gritty. You don't like him?
No, I don't think that he's going to be available at 103.
Okay. Let's do this. Let's take Drake and see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Double dipping. Now we're super young at edge. They can rotate through, pick up whatever knowledge you can from Frank and go with it. They want 2 7ths. How about 1 7th and you're happy? I do not negotiate well, folks.
Well, neither does this system.
I'm kind of a jack, to tell you the truth. Let's try that. Sorry, Jerry's stubborn. Well, let's try it again.
Just call him
Sometimes
again
it
with
takes
the
multiple
same
phone calls.
offer.
Now, yeah, I'll call a guy 3 times with the same offer. Let's see what happens. And that's the way that works. So we're back on the clock here at 88 now. And let's double check because now I've done so much I can't keep track of what picks we do have. This is it, 88, and then we go down to
Okay.
120.
That's fine. And then 129.
So we have the tight end selections. We have Troy Anderson, the coverage linebacker. I think this is about where we got to look corner. Marcus Jones is the guy we took last time, right? So I'm going to take him off the list. Ooh, Abraham Lucas. If you guys haven't heard me talk about him yet, he reminds me of a slightly less confident Eric Fisher. He's super athletic. He's way underpowered. But you need a right tackle. If it's not going to be Eric Fisher, which I won't keep out of the mix now that they have cap space. Jake Ferguson's a tight end I like later, but we still have not addressed cornerback.
Yeah,
that starts to worry me at this point. So
Cam Taylor-Britt is a guy that I like.
He got worked pretty hard at the Senior Bowl.
Yeah.
That's unfortunately the level of competition he'll face.
Mm-hmm. At this spot, there's just not anybody that I like. Maybe Kobe Bryant's there in the 4th.
Yeah, let's do that. Just to say.
Okay.
Because are we going to go into the 4th? We're going to go into the 4th? Okay.
Well, I think
I think he'll be
to the 4th, yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll be a top 100 pick in reality, but that's fine. We'll hold off on him for now.
Let's think about Lucas. I think that's a good pick here.
You want to think about Lucas? You like it?
Okay. I think that's a really good pick because like you said, you still are going to need backups, a backup plan for your tackle spot. If you don't think it's Niang, I think Lucas has upside to play right tackle. I really think he does.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
and he's good value for right here. We moved up to 88 and he's right here at 90. So if that's accurate, then that's good. Yeah. Okay. Fair.
Yeah. Let's do it.
So we cover that. And now we have a swing tackle, a guy that has the movement skills to go to left in a pinch if we had to, and that's something worth saying. No Rams. I don't want your 104. That's not what I'm looking for. So to this point, got Olave covered, got Mechie covered. We've double dipped at wide receiver. We've double dipped at edge with Cam Thomas and Drake Jackson. We've come back with Daxton Hill to play into the nickel and maybe a bit of the robber type stuff and got a swing tackle in Abraham Lucas. Now back at 121, now we get to take a look at the board. We have a couple of corners to choose from. Kobe Bryant, we talked about, would be a viable pick here. So would Martin Emerson, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm not huge on Brandon Smith, but at this level, I could see him as well. Who else is here? He would be the last guy of the. Yeah, I'm certain he can play in the NFL. Like I like Micah McFadden. He's instinctual in coverage. He's undersized. I'm not sure he can survive at the next level, so he would be a risk.
Yeah.
What else? D'Angelo Miller edge that I like, but he's a 3-4 guy. Isaiah Thomas has the girth to play the edge for Spags, but we've double dipped there already.
I was about
to say. You were about to say, stop doing that. Then there's our guy Jerome Ford, folks. If Dan and I get a choice, and maybe we'll do that here coming up. You never know what we'll do.
You never know.
I just want to get out of the way since we're in the 4th and take Kobe, okay?
Just do it.
Okay. Yeah. I do think he's going to go somewhere between 90 and 110, folks. That's exactly where I think he belongs. Not taking a punter, no matter what. Gun to my head, I will not do it. So now it's like, now there's options.
Double dip a corner.
I am considering that very heavily. You can never have enough. If you have 6, if you're light at safety, especially, you need 6.
Yeah.
I would go Emerson here. Done. Fine.
Yeah, do it. It's all in.
I like it. So, yes, it wasn't all defense. We covered a lot of ground defensively. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm happy with it. Let's review real quick. And our user picks with Chris Olave coming off the board. Let's see if that didn't zoom in too much. Okay, good. Dax Hill, safety from Michigan, will probably be a nickel in Spag's system. Cam Thomas is a starting level edge. He's strong and decently explosive. He's not a crazy explosive guy. Drake Jackson's quicker than him, but he's not as strong. John Mechie to fill out another recovery waiting to happen, but he is further along than Jamison Williams. He'll be back on the field earlier, as I understand it. Then Abe Lucas to play that swing. Colby Bryant and Martin Emerson to give you behind Baker and Fenton and a slew. I mean, that would make Rashad Fenton the oldest guy in the secondary.
I love it. I love it.
That's a lot of youth and a lot of power. So let us know what you guys think. You're probably watching this post live because everybody in the chat's kind of giving us our thoughts here. Hope you guys are happy with this. This is one scenario, as was our other one. Why does Veach not value corner? Because he feels he can cover it over the top and take some of that away. Good catch, Dan. Did you hit that or did I miss it?
I did. Yeah, I got it. No, I got it.
Well done. See, this is
you're welcome.
This is why
I actually like this restream because we can kind of cover each other on this.
Yeah, right. Yeah, when we both have access, it's great. And I am terrible. Maybe this is what we're gonna have to do going forward.
We might have to consider it.
So, you guys, this is one option to kind of salve the pain of losing Tyreek Hill, who is the most unique and, in my opinion, one of the two best receivers in the league. It's very crazy that this offseason, the two best receivers in the league, in my opinion, both changed teams.
Yeah.
That's nuts. Chris, thank you. I appreciate that. If you are new to us, please like this video for our time spent and our time together, and sub to the channel so that you know what else is coming and you get all the stuff. And that comes with the notifications. Click that bell on. So thanks for reminding me, Chris. I appreciate you guys. Y'all keep me in line because I got too many things up in the air these days. We'll do, I'm sure we'll have a long discussion with Seth tomorrow night. And I think the RHH boys will be back. Gooch, you'll have to confirm in the chat. I think they'll be back for Friday. We will find out. If not, we will keep doing, I'm going to pre-record the mock this week because I have kids' sporting events all weekend that I will not be able to do it live. So be prepared for that. We'll go through another scenario. We'll cover breaking news when we can. Dan, are you happy with the way that this went?
I like this. This honestly would be one of those like slam dunk for me type of things. I think it's a great type of draft, and you give yourself an opportunity to get one guy to hit on the edge and corner, and wide receiver, which I think is really, really important in this draft. You have to find ways to hit, and this is one of those ways you can insulate yourself from that.
Yeah, I'm with you. Okay. Thank you all. You have a great night. We will catch you tomorrow. And if anything else crazy goes on, you'll hear from us before then.
Yes, you will.
Have a good one. We'll talk to you next.